Hey everyone, I am Zach Spradling. I am one of the co-owners of the Spradling Group along with my wife, Anna Spradling. And today it is my honor to interview Mr. Nate Smooth Like Butter. Nate has been on our team about 90 days. He moved here from out of town and joined our team and has just absolutely been crushing it. So Nate, introduce yourself a little bit. Let us know where you're from. Yeah, take it away.
Yeah, thanks. So my name's Nate Butter, as he said, and I actually grew up in Kansas City. My wife and we went to Kansas State University in Manhattan. And so we were there for about 12 years after college. I started just working there after college, and about middle of the pandemic, we're like, what if we move closer back to family? And I think it was April of this year, we decided to move back to Kansas City, and that's kind of how we got connected with you guys. So,
well, that's amazing, man. So glad to have you back home.
Yeah, it's definitely been a blast being here.
Yes. And so how long you've been on the team? Like I said, for about 90 days. How long have you been an agent, or how long were you an agent before you started the team?
I've been an agent for a little over 2 years now. So I think it was probably about a year and 9 months.
Okay. So you came on, you went through the 2-week boot camp, onboarding boot
Yep.
camp. Probably like, what in the world's going on? And then
Maybe.
What was before you joined the team? So you about a year and 9 months. Let's just call it 2 years before you joined the team. What
Sure.
was your production like before you joined the team?
So my production was it was all in Manhattan. And so I think we did about just under $500,000 in volume. I think it was over 3 units. So the unit price over there is a lot smaller than it is in the Kansas City area, obviously. And it's just a lot of hustle. So it's definitely been a change coming here.
Well, cool, man. So about 3 units in about 2 years. And then you went through the boot camp, came out, hit the ground running. And how long did it take before you put your first deal under contract coming out of boot camp?
I think it was just over, I think it was 15 days in, I was able to get my first contract signed, at least out of the boot camp. I think I'm doing the math in my head. That might be a little off. 2 and 3 weeks, but around that point. So,
yep.
It's like the second week of June.
All right. So you came out of the boot camp, and about a couple weeks later, you put your first deal under contract with the team. And then it was just like the dominoes started to fall. And in the last 90 days, how many have you pinned and closed?
So we've closed 4 so far to date, and we've got another 2 under contract. So that's 6 total.
6 total. And I looked at the volume, I think, the other day, and it was over $1 million in the last 90 days, correct?
Yeah, it's like, I want to say it's like 1.6.
Yeah, pretty amazing start in 90 days. That's really cool. And then, so I'll kind of switch. I'll change gears a little bit. On the team, we really got, like, on our team, we've got all these systems and all these technology that we use to convert these leads. We've got our culture. I think we've got a really good culture. I mean, some really amazing people on the team. And then we've got I think a lot of really amazing accountability, like healthy accountability, not like just telling you what you should be doing, but we really like our agents to set their own goals, their own personal income goals, and then their life goals. And just really provide a platform for you guys to hold yourself accountable to that. So out of those, like, 3 things, like, do you have like a favorite type of thing? Like, what's your favorite part of the team?
I honestly think it's the culture. Just having that team spirit, like that was a big reason why I even wanted to move to the city area, to be perfectly honest. Because I mean, in Manhattan, I was kind of a solo guy. There was not a ton of Keller Williams agents, even in Manhattan. And they were all awesome, but there just wasn't a ton of culture there. I mean, our market center in Manhattan was based out of Topeka. And so, we'd go to Topeka for this and that, and the culture is just different. And it makes a big difference being around people every single day. And that just made a huge difference for me personally.
Yeah, it is. I mean, real estate can be very, very lonely. A lot of people think it's this kind of like glamorous lifestyle, and I get to set my own
Yep,
schedule and show houses. But outside of that, if that's the only thing you're doing, it can be very lonely.
absolutely.
Yeah. So we like, we have a daily team huddle every morning for an hour where we check in our highs and lows from the previous day. We go over a transaction coaching piece, then we go into a sales training piece, and then go over a piece of technology and kind of a deep dive into our system. So that starting the day out together as a team, I think really sets the stage and really just pulls everyone together.
Oh, absolutely. And hearing each other's like successes and the challenges that they have, you're not going to get that as a single agent for a long time. Like you're going to have to do a lot of hustle and grind just to get that. But when you can kind of amplify that through 8-10 agents every morning, it's going to make a huge difference. And it has for me. Just hearing just little things, tweaking it here and there makes a big difference.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I know we were in our daily team meeting today, and Jordan was sharing how he's got such a high met to signed rate, and just the little verbiage that he's using to build instant rapport with clients is just huge.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
yep, just being having a collective mind together, sharing experiences, and I think the culture is really, really special on our team. So on your goals, what's your income goal for the next year?
I want to say we have it set for about 10,000 a month
Yep.
in GCI. So that's going to be a tall ask, but it's a good benchmark to go for. So.
And if we reverse that back, it's like setting like 4.5 appointments like a week, something like that. Do you remember that number?
Yep. I want to say it's like 16
a month,
16 or 17 a month. Yeah.
Yep. So about 4
Which
to 5.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's totally doable. Like,
and you're setting appointments with over 80% of your phone calls. So really that's only like 20 phone calls for you a month.
Yeah.
Like, can you take 20 phone calls a month and make $100,000?
That's like a phone call a day.
Yeah. Like in a work day. So
yeah, I can answer the phone once a week or once a day.
once a day, make $100,000. Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like you're on track to do about $8 or $9 million your first year on the team. Is that correct?
I think so. I think that's kind of what the math is kind of looking like at the moment.
Yeah, I think you'll absolutely.
Which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I know my wife, she was a single agent for like 9 years before we started the team. And her best year ever, which was like her last year before we started the team, was 8 million. So to have like a new agent coming in or on the team, to be able to do that their very first year is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, let's do it. And then
do it.
And then if there was an agent out there that was struggling, or a new agent just got their license, or they're thinking about making the transition to full-time real estate, maybe they have another job and they don't know quite how to do that transition. Would you recommend the team? And then kind of like speak to like what you'd recommend, kind of like just a highlight, like summarize it together.
Yeah, I mean, for me, a big part of it was just having a plan. And, if you're a solo agent and you're kind of, the hard part there is you can really easily get stuck in this spinning circle. And I think that's where the team really comes into play quite a bit, because there's a lot of structure. The systems are there, the culture's there, the accountability's there. And you can just basically work it backwards. So as a solo agent, sometimes you're spending a lot of time trying to find your vendors. You're trying to find the people you should be working with. And it's just really hard to maintain that and to keep business focus and client focus at the same time. So I think just being able to align with a team that has a lot of those core things that you need to figure out, because it is a business. I mean, you have to run it. You have to run your real estate business like a business. So being able to kind of emulate someone else's model, implement that into your own business, and translate that into success. That's how you're going to really take it to the next level, is copy someone else's success. It's not rocket science. It's just have a plan. When I jumped into real estate, I didn't have a plan. I was burned out in my job, and I just wanted something else that had a lot of upside, had a lot of growth potential. And until I really joined a team, I didn't have that consistency or that model necessarily that I was following. So I think that really makes a big difference to me, just having that example to follow.
Yeah, it's huge. That speaks to a lot. Just knowing what to do, when to do it. We always say that real estate is super simple, but not easy. It's just
Absolutely.
basically opportunities, systems, accountability, and results. But to know what to do with your opportunities, what lead source to work, what CRM to use, what system to use, what nurture campaign to use, and then the accountability, what numbers you should be tracking and really focusing on. Really, really simple stuff, but not easy to do. And you really come in and you demonstrate our core values, being humble, hungry, and smart. You really come in, you've plugged into it, and just really lean forward, and you're starting to really have some really good success. So I'm super excited to see what your next 12 months looks like, when your 12-month plan, how that comes in to play at the year mark, and just really excited to see your success, man.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you being on here today, Nate, and talking with me. And if you are an agent out there thinking about joining a team or just wanting more information, please reach out to myself or any of our other agents. I'm sure they'd be glad to discuss that with you.